Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mr. Schaefer again, and we will be looking at Variables and Patterns 2.1, the second investigation. This is about renting bicycles for that long trip that they've been on. And our learning target is I can make an educated decision between two different sets of data. Even within the first weeks of math that we've gone through, you're already hitting some real life math problems that you can actually use in the world. On your way out of here, you will be able to use this math to actually make qualified, educated decisions. So please pay attention, follow along, fill out that note sheet, and ask additional questions at the end. All right, second slide. This is about Rocky's and Adrian's bike rental story. Yes, Rocky's and Adrian's. If you've ever seen the movie, you would understand. Anyways, I want you to take a look at Rocky's number of bikes and the rental fee. Check out what patterns you see. First of all, look at the x-axis, the independent variable right here, and the pattern you see goes up by 5s. But now, for renting just 5 bikes, it's jumping all the way up to 400. Okay, so you might think 400 divided by 5, this would be the cost of each bike. That's $80 per bike. So if I would rent another bike, it would be another $80, or another bike, it would be another $80, but it's not. Okay, look at the pattern here. 400 to 535, that's going to be $135. 535 to 655, that would be $120. And as you continue on, 655 to 770, that's $115. 770 to 875, that's 105. 875 to 975, that's only 100. And after you continue on, it starts getting into only double digits. This is 95. Then we continue on to only $70 increase after these 5 bikes. Then from 40 to 45, look, it's only $40 change. And then finally from 45 to 50, you only have to pay $20 more. So I want you to think how much they charge for 32. How much they charge for 32. Write that down. This might help you decide that a little bit more. Shift was 100 and then 95. All right, Adrian's Weekly Rental. This is the other bike rental store that they got a quote from. This one's obviously a little different. We see for 0 bikes, they're only going to pay, they're not going to pay anything, 0 down. Yeah, of course. But for 5 bikes, because this is, 0 to 10, the 5 is squeezed in here, right here. For 5 bikes, well, this is 0 to 400, so I'd say right here at this line is obviously 200. So right here, if we would make a line over, that's just a little less than $200, maybe 190 it looks like. If we go on to 10, looks like about 350, maybe 300 exactly, because that's between 200 and 400. Now that one is nice. This one, this last one that I did, the 20 and this one, which looks like between 400 and 800, that's going to be 600. That one's a nice one that we should use to actually figure out. This graph is actually in a proportional relationship, a linear relationship, excuse me, a linear relationship. What that means, that linear relationship, is that it goes up at the same pace every time. And if you put a line on there, it's going to be a straight line. Let me show you that. So putting a line on all the dots, they are on a straight line, so that means they are in a linear relationship. Now, let's use this information, 620. Let's use that to figure out the number, the dollar amount per bike. So we're going to take 600, and we're going to divide that. I'll just put in this symbol, divided by 20. Okay? And on your calculators, if you can figure it out in your head, you cancel out some of the zeros if you know how to do that. That's going to leave you with $30 per bike. $30 per bike. So if we were renting 40 bikes, then it should be 40 times 30, which is 1,200. That matches up exactly. So if we were renting, let's go back to this one, 5, that should be 5 times 30, and that's 150. That lines up exactly. That's about 150. I think I said at the beginning about 180, so I was a little off. 10 times 30, after we figure out what 600 divided by 20 is, we figure out $30 per bike. So 10 times 30, that would give us 300. So this all works out. This is all a linear relationship. So how much do you think how much do you think this company charges for 32 bikes? Well, we have a simple equation now. 32 times 30. Seeing as we know they charge $30 per bike. There you go. I want you to figure that out. All right, so let's go into the comparing part of it. So which is better? Which would we want to rent from? It seems like Adrian starts off low. This one charges us an upfront of, well, not 400 bucks, but that's pretty steep. This one, we found out that Adrian's only charges us 150. So if we wanted to rent 5 bikes, Rockies is going to charge us 400. Adrian's not even close to 400. They're at 150. Well, let's move up a little. Let's go up to 20. Rockies is going to charge us 770, and Adrian's is going to charge us 600. Closer. Let's try 30. 975 from Rockies, and 30. This one looks to be 900. So we're getting even closer. Let's look at 50 bikes. If we wanted to order 50. Adrian's is going to charge us $1,500. Adrian's is going to charge us $1,500. If we go up to Rockies, they're only going to charge us $1,200. That's what Adrian's charges us, if you can see right here, for 40. We get 10 less bikes if we went with Adrian's compared to Rockies. Now, I think you might be able to see that there's not one clear answer. Sometimes Adrian's is better. Sometimes Rockies is better. So I want you to answer these two questions. So which is better? And I'll tell you right away, it shouldn't just be one of them. And tell me why. Tell me specific reasons why it might be better to go with one over the other, and when you should do it. How many bikes would you be renting if you chose Rockies? How many bikes would you choose if you went with Adrian's? That's all for this lesson. We will be looking at the questions from the book, and that will help us clear up a few things. That will be our mini lesson. Thanks, kids. Have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. Ask additional questions if you need to.